Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, I'm not a computer person, but allow me to be as unhelpful and condescending as possible while I demand you fix my problem. My experience with the cup holder call. Maybe do send a network engineer to do a server admin's job? Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. I'm not a computer person, but allow me to be as unhelpful and condescending as possible while I demand you fix my problem. This actually happened a couple of weeks ago. As context, for those who haven't read my posts before, I work an out-of-hours IT desk. We support multiple businesses after hours when their IT teams leave for the day. It's 11:30 p.m., and I get a call through from my least favorite business we support. We have no systems access and very little in the way of documentation. Their calls are renowned for being a pain in the ass to deal with. EA equals extremely affluent sounding British guy. Me, service desk, how can I help? EA, oh hello, I'm not able to print. Me, okay, any error messages? Any signs of life from the printer? EA, now hold on, I'm not a computer person, so you'll need to use simple terms. Me, what happens when you print? EA, nothing happens, that's why I'm calling you. Me, do you see any messages appear on the screen when trying to print? EA, no. I have a particularly low tolerance for these kinds of callers, who are unable to provide even basic details. This guy was also coming across as very condescending. Me, is your printer turned on? Can you see any lights? EA, of course. Me, can you walk me through what you generally do to print something? EA, I'm not a computer person, so you'll need to be more clear. Me, tell me how you'd usually print. EA, look here, I don't really understand what you're asking me. Me, what would you usually do to print? EA, I don't understand you. Me, okay sir, I'd like to connect remotely to your computer so I can see what's on the screen. Is that okay? EA, this is all very complicated. I'm not sure what you want to do. Me, I'd like to access your computer so I can see what's wrong. EA, I'm sorry, can you explain that more clearly? Me, I'm not sure how much clearer I can actually be with this. I need to remotely connect to try and fix this for you. EA, look, this is terribly unfriendly for people who aren't technically savvy like myself. Why can't you fix this? Me, I'm trying to help you and fix it, but you haven't been able to provide a great amount of detail on the issue, so I'd like to remotely connect to take a look myself. EA, I'm not familiar with these technical terms. This is very hard. I don't understand why we have you people if you can't help people who aren't technically savvy. Me, I'm trying to help, however, as it's out of hours, our scope is limited. I need to remotely connect to see what's going on. I respect that you are not technically savvy, but at the same time we do expect a certain level of existing knowledge from users in order to be able to provide our support service after hours. I can ask that the main service desk calls you back in the morning if you'd prefer. EA, no, look, this is very important and I need this fixed. How do you get on my screen? Me, firstly, I need you to open a web browser or just go to Google. EA, I just use this for email. What on earth is a web browser? Me, do you use Google? EA, yes, of course I do. Me, okay, please go to Google. We spend a painful amount of time getting Go to Assist working. Me, thank you, I'm now connected. I'm going to take a look at the printer setup now. Me, I see the printer is reporting not connected. Can you check to make sure it's plugged in, please? I Google the model number, and this is an old Epson printer. USB only. At this point I've had enough of this caller's ineptness. EA, but I don't know how. Me, I'm sorry, I really can't help you with this part. You're the one physically located with the computer and the printer. Go to the printer and make sure any wires coming from it are plugged into the PC. EA, okay. Several minutes later, I hear the unmistakable sound of a device being connected in Windows. Me, okay, the printer is now showing as connected, so it looks like the plug was disconnected. Please try printing again. EA navigates to Outlook, opens an email about discounted camping products, and proceeds to print it off. Me, I can hear the printer in the background, so it looks like we're good now? EA, yes, it's working, but you didn't help me at all. Click. EA was such a PETA. He also left Go to Assist running in the background, so I spent the next half an hour inconspicuously moving his mouse each time he tried to click something before I got bored and disconnected. My experience with the cup holder call. Back when I was fresh out of college, I worked for myself for a while doing tech support, website building, and whatever else I could get. I wasn't strong with networking, but could manage minor installs, run cable, etc. So I did pretty okay for myself for a while as a general all-around IT guy. A woman in her mid-60s, who lived a couple blocks away from me, had me install and build a computer from parts she had bought online at my recommendation. She saved about $150 buying it piecemeal and hiring me to put it together, and got a better machine to boot. This was back when purchasing parts online cost 1/2 what a full machine cost. A few weeks later, she calls me up saying her cup holder had broken. I respond with a confused okay. She told me I need to fix it because the cup holder was too flimsy and couldn't handle a heavy drink. The drink spilled all over her tower, and it was a huge mess. I walk over because it wasn't too far and was a nice day. And I come into a mess. The rug underneath the tower was soaked. I unplugged the machine and lifted it up, and I immediately see the problem. This was 2007 and people still had CD and DVD drives. She had used the CD drive as a cup holder, and it had promptly snapped in half. It took me a few minutes to explain to her what the CD drive was, and that using it as a cup holder was not its intended use. Fortunately, she wasn't stupid and was able to accept her mistake. At my recommendation, she ordered a new CD drive and paid me both for my time and to install the part when it came. Nice lady. It was a ridiculous problem, but then I don't remember any instruction manual for a computer mentioning that the optic drive wasn't a cup holder, and it did kind of look like one back in the day. Maybe do send a network engineer to do a server admin's job? I don't know if it's a rule that you have to say this, but LTLFTP. Characters in this story include Me, network engineer at $MSP. $server MSP, server admin at $MSP. $server client, server admin at $client. I work for an MSP. One of our clients has a firewall that also acts as an SSL VPN terminator. My team, networking, manages this firewall. My team received a request to add some new VPN groups to the firewall to allow users to access specific servers on specific protocols. The firewall queries AD to get user group memberships. We set this up and then moved to testing. Server client moved his account out of the IT staff VPN group and put it into the newly created group, then logged into the VPN. However, he had more access than the new user group was supposed to get. When I was told about this, I double-checked my firewall and VPN config, all correct, and logs. Sure enough, his VPN session was matching the IT staff user group, even though he had removed his AD account from that group. My next thought, probably nested AD groups. I messaged $server MSP and asked him to check if the IT staff VPN group is nested inside any other groups that $server client is a member of. $server MSP checks AD and says no nested groups there, so that's not the issue. I set up a troubleshooting session with $server client and run debugs on the firewall. I can clearly see that when the firewall is querying the AD server for $server client's AD group memberships, it is reporting that he is a member of both groups, IT staff and new VPN group. I bring up my same suggestion, probably nested AD groups. $server client checks the group and AD, and says no, that's not the issue. At this point I pass the work on to $server MSP and his team. The firewall only does what it's told, and I can see that it's being given incorrect information. A few days later, I receive an email from $server client, we found the issue. The IT staff VPN group is nested inside another group that my account is a member of. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.